In the last lectures, we talked about Meyerhof equations, which is used to determine the bearing capacity of soil. Now we shall go for the Brinch-Hansen method. You can see in case of Brinch-Hansen method, the new terminology is used, that is BC, GC, BQ, GQ, B gamma, G gamma. What does it mean? The Brinch-Hansen considered two additional parameters in these equations. BC is called as base inclination factor. Base inclination factor means the base of the footing. Whenever you are going to construct the footing will also have some angle with the soil surface. That is called as base inclination factor. And ground inclination factor means the inclination of the ground, the topography of the grounds, right, with the horizontal. That is called as GC. Q is the overburden pressures at foundation level. It is just like Terzaghi. Q is equal to gamma D. Here Q is equal to gamma df. Df is nothing but depth of foundation. So the bearing capacity factor, Hansen has also given some formula to calculate the bearing capacity factors. NQ is equal to tan square 45 plus pi by 2 E pi tan phi. NC NQ minus 1 cot phi. N gamma is equal to 1.5 NQ minus 1 tan phi. He has also given some table. Suppose you know the values of phi. Based on the values of phi, you can also directly take the values of NC, NQ, and gamma from this table. Shape factors, he has also given some formula for the shape factors. SC is equal to 0.2 B by L. B by L means it is a rectangular footing. For phi is equal to 0. If phi is greater than 0, in that case SC is equal to 1 plus NQ by NC into B by L. Whereas for steep footing, this value will be 1. SC will be 1 for any values of phi. SQ we can calculate for the rectangular footing 1 plus B by L tan phi. S gamma 1 minus by B by L. So likewise, depth factors can also be calculated. Phi for phi is equal to 0. You can calculate the values of DC is equal to 0.4 D by B. When D by B ratio less than equal to 1. DC is equal to 0.4 tan inverse D by B when D by B greater than 1. So these conditions we have to see when phi is equal to 0. When phi is greater than 0, in that case we can calculate the values of DC by this formula 1 plus 0.4 D by B and 1 plus 0.4 tan inverse D by B. Considering the conditions D by B less than equal to 1 and D by B greater than 1. For all phi, dq we can calculate is equal to 1 plus tan 2 tan phi 1 minus tan phi d by b. When d by b less than equal to 1, dq also we can calculate by this formula 1 plus 2 tan phi into 1 minus tan phi tan inverse d by b when d by b greater than 1. And d gamma we can calculate, d gamma directly we can use as a in the equations. See, load inclination factors. These factors also we talked about in case of Meyerhof equations. So load inclination factors, the Brinch-Hansen has given the formula. IC is equal to 0.5 minus 0.5 root square root of 1 minus QH by ACA for phi is equal to 0. IC is equal to IQ minus 1 minus IQ divided by NQ minus 1 for phi greater than 0. What is QH? QH is the horizontal component. QH is the horizontal component. and A is the contact area, CA is equal to unit adhesion, right? Because see, the footing and the soil both are different materials. So here we have to consider the values of CA. So these values, the meaning of these values are also given in the last line of this slide. See, IQ also we can calculate by this formula. I gamma also we can calculate. QH is given, as I told you, horizontal component of load Q. Since we are talking about the load inclination factors, so load is inclined on the structure, so it will have impact on the bearing capacity. That's why what we are going to do here, you are going to resolve the inclined load in horizontal as well as vertical direction. So the QH will be the horizontal component of load Q. Load Q means inclined load Q. QV is equal to vertical component of load Q, and A is the contact area of the footing, and CA is equal to unit adhesion on base of the footing. So after load inclination factor, we can see base inclination factor. Base inclination factor means what? I told you in the beginning that whenever you are going to construct the foundation or footing, definitely we are going to compact the soils. Even after compaction also, you can, when you construct the footing is going to incline, right? Footing is going to incline with the horizontal surface available below the footing. So that is called a base inclination factor. That means the base of the footing is going to incline. So in that case, the Hanson has taken some factors. BC is equal to alpha 147, phi is equal to 0. For phi is equal to 0, and BC is equal to 1 minus alpha by 147 for phi greater than 0. Similarly, for BQ, formula is also there. For B gamma, formula is also there. Alpha, here you can see, alpha is the angle in degrees made by base with the horizontal line. Horizontal line means the horizontal surface available below the base of the footing, right? And GC is nothing but, GC is called as ground inclination factors, right? The GC we can calculate by this formula for different values of phi. If phi is equal to 0, when phi is equal to greater than 0. But you can see GQ and G gamma both will remain same, and which can be calculated by the formula 1 minus 0.5 tan beta whole square. Here you see beta. What is beta? Beta is the angle in degrees made by ground surface with the horizontal. That means the Hanson, what we can say, Hanson work is the extension of Meyerhof analysis. The formula is same, but Hanson what he did, he incorporated two new things, the base inclination factor and ground inclination factors, right? And in his equations. So this is all about the Hanson formula. This formula also you have to remember. All the formula you have to remember, because we shall also solve some numerical based on these formulas. And in your exams, the question may be asked based on the formulas. Questions means numericals will be asked. Now we shall go for the other methods, IS code methods. Using this method, we can also calculate the bearing capacity of soil. What is the formula? You can see QNF is equal to CNC, SC, DC, IC. And Q plus Q, NQ minus 1, SQ, DQ, IQ, plus 1 by 2, gamma B and gamma S, gamma D, gamma I, gamma W dash. So here you can see directly QNF is given there, net ultimate bearing capacity. What is the new things here? In IS code methods, it is similar to Meyerhof equation, but the W dash, which is the effect of water table on bearing capacity, right? That W dash is a factor which indicates the effect of water table on bearing capacity of soil. But in this case, the values of NC, NQ and gamma can be calculated by using the basic equations. IS code has used the basic bearing capacity factor formula. NC is equal to, you can see, tan square 45 plus pi by 2 into e to the power pi tan pi. NC and gamma, like that we can. Next things, how we can calculate the values of W dash in third components. You can see the formula have three components, first, second and third. And in third components, the W dash is incorporated. That is going to indicate the effect of water table on bearing capacity. You can see this figure, D the depth of footing, B the depth below the base of the footing, and DW is the depth of water table. ZW is also a depth of water table below the base of the footing. So how we can find out the values of W dash so that we can incorporate this value in the third component. If the water table remain at or below at a depth of D plus B from ground level, that means what? These things also we have seen in case of Terzaghi theory. When the water table exits at D is the depth of the footing, B is the width of the footing. So if the water table exits at D plus B, in that case the values of W dash we shall directly use 1 equal to 1. If the water table is located at depth D or above base of the footing, what we shall do? We shall take the values of W dash is equal to 0.5. But we have to know, it may be noted that if the water table rises above the base of the footing, W dash will remain at its minimum value of 0.5. But in second component, we are talking about the third component. W dash is incorporated with the third components. But what changes is going to happen in case of second components? Suppose water table is above the base of the footing. In that case, what will happen? It is written there, Q, as you know, Q is equal to gamma D. So that the values of gamma is going to change. And that gamma values, how we can take the second component will be computed on the basis of total unit weight of the portion of soil above the water table and submerged unit weight for the portion below the water table. That means we shall take the two density values. If the water table exists in between the ground surface and at the base of the footings. That means what? In between D. So what we shall do? We shall take the submerged density, we shall take the density above the water table, and both the density we shall add, right, which will be the values of gamma, and then multiply by D, because Q is equal to gamma D, which is incorporated in second component. So now we can see here, if the water table at depth dW, depth of water table, that is if the water table exists below the base of the footing, in that case what we can do? This formula is similar to the Terzaghi formula. Terzaghi, the effect of water table on bearing capacity of soil. We have also talked in Terzaghi theory. Here the W dash, how we can calculate? W dash is equal to 0.5 into 1 plus ZW by B. So B is the width of the footing, ZW is the depth of water table below the base of the footing. And we can calculate the gamma average for the third component. Because in third component density is also there. So that density value will be gamma average. So this is about the effect of water table. Now you can see here the shape factor, depth factor and inclination factor. In IS code formula, we can calculate by using this table. SC is equal to 1 plus 0.2 B by L for rectangle. We can take directly values of 1.3 for square footing and circular footing for SC. Similarly for SQ, we can take 1 plus 0.2 B by L for rectangular footing, 1.2 for square or circular footing. S gamma, you can see S gamma 1 minus 1.4 B by L for rectangle, 0.8 for a square, 0.6 for circular footing. DC depth factor with respect to cohesion 1 plus 0.2 depth of foundation divided by width of the footing 10 into 145 plus 5 by 2. Here we can see dq is equal to d gamma. We can take this formula for phi greater than 10 degree, and we can take the values 1 for phi less than 10 degree. IC is equal to I gamma. Both value will be same. 1 minus alpha by 90 degree whole square. Here what is the alpha? Alpha is the angle in between the resultant load with the vertical, which we have discussed in Meyerhof equation. So I gamma is equal to 1 minus alpha whole square. Alpha you can have to take in degrees.